Happy Chainsaw Man Day! We are back once again for some more live reactions with your host, Thabreakmaster. Chainsaw Man, chapter 228 is what we're going to be doing, and hopefully this chapter actually has some meat on the bones, but we'll find out, I guess. We're back at square one, as we know. Yoru versus Denji. So, like, there's got to be a breaking point. There's got to be something that can turn the tides to make this fight end, because this fight has been going on for some time, and there has to be an end game when it comes to this goddamn fight, right? But who's gonna have the upper hand, Yoru or Denji? This is the thing we have to actually ask these questions, right? So hopefully this chapter kind of answers at least that, but we'll find out. We'll find out. And happy Chainsaw Man Tuesdays to you too, Desto. But as you already know, for those that don't, do a live. So if you want to read with me, go on the Shonen Jump app. It's free over there. If you already read it, sit back, look at my reactions, and then we'll get into the whole discussionary portion of the stream after we're done with my reaction. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna be doing here. So get your stuff out and let's go ahead and just get it going, right? Like why are we waiting? All right. And I'm welcome in. I'm surprised you actually made it. I thought you'd be a little bit more busy, but welcome in. All right. Chainsaw Man, chapter 228. Dove. So he's got birds flying, and is there something that's gonna be like reference to sky? Is there something with doves that I need to know that can be a correlation to what this chapter is gonna be about? Because like usually, again, the names of these chapters usually correlate to something within the chapter itself. So I don't know. My phone saw the notification. I see you. Well, I appreciate you coming in though. All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate you. And M. We dropped us a chapter this week and took another week off. Are you serious? The bi-weekly devil's back? Okay, this chapter better be good then. God dang it. We see Denji's leg over there on one side. So this is actually him and his guts on the ground, not like Bushida's situation. This is just actually him now. And he's like kind of messed up. Obviously, she got her strength back, and therefore it did massive damage to him. He got her struggling, but he uses his little chain arms to be able to wrap around a pole and try to sling himself away. Will that do anything? I don't think so, because like Yoru is kind of done with all of this. The way she's looking, she's like, this is a very useless and futile effort on your part. Okay, boy. As he's sliding away, she got on her motorcycle, her chainsaw motorcycle, and she's like, she about to try to slice him in half, about to hit this man right in between the freaking buttocks, if there was a buttocks. Why is there a person here? Where are these suckers? Why? I don't understand. Like, after everything that's been going on, you would think people would be sitting on the ground, this land. I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. I don't understand. So they're on. He's like right there, gets ran over per usual, right? That was your fault. I'm sorry, bro. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? And so yeah, he gets hit. I guess to a building or some sort, and he's coughing up blood. He ain't doing too good. That did some actual damage to him. He's pulling his ripcord. She's out here doing a freaking Akira slide. She's doing an Akira slide. I can't quite see that, but I'm pretty sure she Akira slide just there for a second there. You know what I mean? Like that's what you gotta do. Every anime has that at some point. Cameos have the fan favorite. Hey, what are we talking about? One of the strongest devils in the entire show. Bucky, don't sound because you're talking about Bucky. I know you're talking about Bucky. I know you're messing with me, but at the same time, I have a feeling you're talking about Bucky because you always messing with this with the freaking goddamn chicken. God dang it! I need blood. The heck's he doing? He's going inside his mouth. Oh, he's making himself throw up. Okay, I'll tear you to shreds. What do you throw up though? What do you throw up? Oh! It's not okay. That's not Bucky. Okay. I mean, she's seeing a vision off of Asa's like whole, aspects in her mind. She is seeing Bucky there, but because they share the same body, you're always like, huh, Bucky? But that's not even Bucky. It's a freaking look like a. I mean, is it a dove? But I mean, it look like a goddamn pigeon. Honestly, that kind of look disgusting. I mean, out of all things, he's gonna throw up. Why is that even in there? Oh, no, is that Gyohin? Is the Gyohin second actually? Now I'm thinking about it. Is that him? Because he kind of looks like that, but I don't know. He looks too small to be that. All I know is that stopped her in her tracks. Akira slide, okay? Oh, Akira slide so hard that she freaking fell off the bike and hit the wall herself. And then the birds fly. Hi, day, hong, ah, okay, is that a... Oh, she hit her head. It's like a pool of blood? Yo, are you good? Why won't this wound heal? That's a very good question. Why aren't you healing? What's going on with you? Okay, it's Gilly. Okay, he looks too small, but at the same time, he is probably like in parts inside his body. So I mean, like, it makes sense. So I mean, I got it right. How you doing, Peach? Welcome in. Also, go Sap. I haven't said that yet. Here's chapter. Think he falls on a bunch of pigeons. Did he grab one, eat one? I guess. No, but he don't know. But at the same time, he could have done that, right? But he kind of looks like that. That's the thing here. The wording of your contract specifies that the Americans' shoulder attacks against you, doesn't it? When you crashed your motorcycle into the school, those injuries didn't heal up. That means the Americans won't help you if you hurt yourself. So you're telling me she needs to be like Asa and be a klutz, and that's how we're going to actually defeat her. Is that what you're telling me right now? She has to freaking accidentally step on a thumbtack, and that way that's going to be the thing that's going to take her out? Because that's a lot of pain. She needs to run her big toe on a counter, because that's going to take her out right there. That's going to hurt. It's going to make her cough up blood. Like, interesting way of doing this, I guess. But, so accidents is what we're going to have to do here. Okay. And we got also looking down on yours. What's going on here? Why? Why do you avoid that dove? That's a very good question. I also want to know why you avoided it. I'm kind of curious, actually. Because you hate it when birds are killed. Okay. Why do you care? It's like, what? That's a talking point that we can talk about here, because I'm a little confused on exactly why that would matter, like, to her necessarily. I mean, obviously she's done so many different atrocities, but you care about birds, like, you know? I mean, that just seems like, oh, that is so what? But but why now? But why now? Is this like a red herring? I don't trust that. I don't get it. I actually don't get that. Actually, when Asa was in control, she shows Yoru's weakness, her insecurity. When Yoru's in control, she has Asa's weakness, her sympathy for seeing animals getting hurt. I feel like that's like she literally dropped the nuke, bro. Like, she punched and did a nuke punch. Birds, I'm pretty sure, were affected by that. Why we care now? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what something doesn't feel right about this. Started out life. I mean, that's true. That is true. Well, we don't start out life, but I mean, she was weakened and she was an owl. She was an owl, so she was of the bird situation. So I mean, I can see that, but I don't know. That still just feels like It would have been one thing too, actually, if she showed more care towards birds. Like, if she had one of the devils, right? Not necessarily Gilheen, but like Moray Eel. Remember that guy? Well, if there was actually a bird devil instead, that would have actually had a better lead up to having this moment like happen, because it also shows that she does have some care for birds too, I guess. I don't know. People are speculating that the bird Dinky threw up is death in a weakened state, like Yoro at the beginning of. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, that's what tends to happen. You can get like we don't know their actual other forms, because like how did the war devil become an owl in the first place? Like, that's their weakened state. So maybe, I mean, there could be some validity to that, but at the same time, then you're also then saying that, does she care about her sister? Because like, she's shown on many instances that she didn't really care. She's about to make her a weapon, so why care now? Like what's yeah, you're losing the fall damage, absolute cinema. I mean, funny enough, the falling devil was the perfect weakness towards her, if that's the case. But she got rid of her, so you don't have to worry about that now. For now, anyways. Do you think this dove Denji threw up was the dove devil? Doves represent hope and peace, or the dove could be death's birth form. I mean, again, it could be the latter. I can potentially maybe see that, but at the same time, I don't see why that would matter for her, for Yoru. Might have used an owl as an avatar because she might have been in a weakened state from fighting shooting in the past. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it was, right? Because like I'm pretty sure she can just take over any kind of body. So at a weakened state, she decided to just do that. But I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that, because like we don't know the logistics of like why they get into the form that they're in when they're weakened. We don't know if like as they're weakened, like they move their consciousness to some other form and then they decide to just, you know, go into a bird or go into any other animal. Like we don't really know how this whole thing really works. So it's like the speculation's there, but there's not a lot of grounds to really like to really solidify what this theory is, only because there's very little information on how this like process even works when it comes to them going into a weakened state. You know what I mean? So like I don't mind the idea, but there's just not enough to like, at least for me anyways, to want to subscribe to that theory, unfortunately. Because the causality of birds versus actually looking at one and killing it is different. Or maybe he eats the birds before she nuked everything, so birds wouldn't have been around for the nuke. I mean, I don't know about that, but even then, it's like, I mean, maybe. It's like maybe. This goes back to also not caring for killing a guilty person or over not wanting to kill an animal. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is more so of Asa's feelings that are actually that's actually there, but it's kind of funny that Asa's asking her why she's not doing it. And this is basically off of her own influence, if that's the case. But it's just like, it seems as though, like I said, from what I've been seeing, that if that's the case, like there's other instances where Asa's influence should have really been around a bit more, but it didn't because she went against that influence. Like she's shown to be able to go to push past that influence from Asa. So I don't know why now this has become such a big thing. The only other thing I can say, which is why it does impact her at least a little bit more, is that this particular instance reminded her of Bucky. And Bucky was a big pivotal point for Asa. So because of that, it's like same thing like maybe with a cat potentially, right? Like if a cat were to like pop up or something, she might have that same type of reaction because of, you know, how her cat was such a connective tissue towards her personality and what has happened to her. So I mean, Bucky is a pivotal character for Asa Mitaka. So I think that at the end of the day, that's why it's going to influence Yoru to that extent to begin with, is the thing here. I can see that if that's what we're kind of like do here, and how Bucky actually is, you know, kind of important in that sense. I mean, Bucky was also shown again, like I said, we go back to the whole inside the mind of Denji and Asa kind of together, and there was Bucky on the ground at that point then. So obviously Bucky's always in the not the forefront, in the back of her mind, and is still guilty of that feeling, is the thing here. So that's why I think ultimately that's why we're seeing this. I don't think it's like super deep. I don't know if there's any other representation and things of that nature that's actually happening with that, but I think it's just simply that's kind of going on there, and it does still ultimately have effect on Yoru. Maybe Asa can see this, and this could be her way of potentially getting her body back in some way too. Because like at the end of the day, her feelings, if her emotions are strong enough, this should actually allow maybe Asa to have better control over it, and it's actually disrupting like Yoru's control over the body, maybe, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's things of this nature that could be going on here. Maybe that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, we also got to remember her abilities. The more she cares about something, the stronger that item is, basically, right? So her whole ability is based off of emotions in that sense. So I can see this and why this is kind of affecting her that way. This is how my mind's seeing it right now. You order the Yamcha pose, fairly stupid. So we got the Yamcha pose, we got the Akira slide as well. Like we got some anime references up in here. We got some anime references in this chapter right now. Be the bird in her weakness form is. Yeah, I am curious about that too, because that could potentially be a play of something. This could also be something there too. Like Yoru's not a good communicator, so she probably wouldn't even say that necessarily. That's what's also kind of like affecting her. But I'll keep that in the back of my mind to see if that's actually going to be something for later. Makima and family were in human forms because they were not in a birth form. Al was her form because she might have been weakened by her fight with Puchita. No, it's not a might have. She did get weakened by Puchita at that time. Because that's why that's what Bushido's in his dog form. I'm just saying, like, what is it that makes them go into the form that they go into? If that's just what their true form is, okay, cool. But like, you know what I mean? We don't really know what their actual true form is, or their, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to say because we haven't actually seen anything that is like solid evidence of what's going on there. So let's see. Has always been affectionate towards Asa. At this point, Asa really doesn't serve to Yoru's plans, but she keeps her alive. I wouldn't say always been affectionate towards her, because she has been somewhat mean. Like, I mean, this is kind of how her personality is. I don't know if I would call that affectionate. I've always said this, there is some level of care, but I still also feel like we got to remember, she's still a devil. And Asa haven't learned that lesson, because Asa thought she can trust in her in some ways, shape, or form, because she thought that there was some care being done there, right? But obviously, look where we're at right now. So obviously, that's not really always the case here at the same time. Like, she might actually have, like, as you see, like, it's not like Yoru can't have compassion towards something, right? Like with Moray Ill. She does care about that, but I don't think it's the same type of, like, you know what I mean? It's not the same type of, like, care that you would want to have for certain individuals. You know what I mean? It's weird how Yoru went through a person, but stopped that around him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's also kind of maybe like a play on everything that's kind of going on with freaking Chainsaw Man, because it's been a thing in Chainsaw Man where human life isn't as seen as important in some ways than like saving a cat or saving like some other animal, you know, everything. You know what I mean? Like the whole decision making skill that Denji did, either save that, like with the bus or something like that, and then save that falling person. He decided to save the cat. Because, like, bruh, like, there's a third option. So maybe it kind of falls in line with that same type of, like, way of thinking, maybe. The end of the chapter felt weird because Asa was kind of judging Yoru, and it didn't feel like Asa. Welcome in, and, I mean, to be fair, like, if it can kind of feel like that, right? Because, like, Yoru has been kind of running the ship right now, and from where we last seen Asa, if you really think about it, she's in a very like depressed state, and I think she already is kind of like one track mind of what she needs to do. So in a way, like I think this is still in line with her character for the most part. That's why she's looking down at her like that, because she's just kind of done with everything that Yoru's doing. So it's not more even less like judging, but it's just like she's just kind of done with the entire situation. She's like done with all this. She just wants this to be over because she's tired, bro. She's tired, boss. All right. Moray Ill, exactly. This could have been a nod to part one when Denji find the loophole in Makima's contract. Kind of lame if this is the case, or how Bushido comes back in part one at the end. Yeah, I mean, if you notice, that's what he's literally doing right now. He just found the loophole in the contract with the United States, that she can't heal from accidental wounds. Interestingly enough, because they ain't gonna help you. And also, this is a weird slight, you know, commentary play again on Fujimoto, because Fujimoto can't help himself when it comes to commentary on America. But like when things get tough, sometimes we ain't there. Is what he's saying, man. I mean, he can't help but do this, man. Yeah, more fuel for the idea that Asa and Yoru are becoming one person. See, it's like on one hand, Double B, I want to say, yeah, that's great. At the same time, not really. I don't want them to be the one person, because like, weren't we trying to separate these two? So if they're really like culminating together finally, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Probably the devil has not eaten this week. So yeah, next chapter in 2 weeks. I heard. Dessa already told me. That's freaking like, bro. Really. I feel like this chapter did not need. Like, we needed more meat on the bone for this chapter if we're gonna have like another break, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have done some more with this chapter if that's the case. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, beggars can't be choosers. It makes sense for little D to come back after this fight. I like the. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I think little D's only just temporary eaten at this point, because it fuels the idea and plan that Denji has right now. So he needed to get her out the way to remove death as a concept, so that they can actually have this fight in the way they're having it, so no one can actually die. And you know what I mean, try to have these loopholes be figured out here. Theory time. What happens when Asa looks down on Yoru in the chapter? Would she take control over Yoru using the war power? I mean, I doubt it. I mean, again, it depends. Like, if the theory I'm saying is, when it comes to the emotional state of things, if like Yoru does get emotional Like we've seen it before where they are doing a tug of war with the body. So I mean, it's not impossible. What you're saying is not impossible, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Full circle is in the same position as Asa when in the beginning of part 2, laying on the pavement, bleeding out. Hey, hey, that's all good. Hey, good eye. Good, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. Yeah, right. And so if we're going based off of what you just said, it makes me wonder, like, what when it comes to the next chapter, like, does Asa step in some way? That's very interesting, actually. I mean, I was also on that same theory too, that Asa and Yoru weren't going to be separated. I just don't see it. Like, I don't know how they're supposed to do it, is a thing. I know they reside in two parts of the brain, and maybe cut them in half. That could do something, but I don't know. And it's like oh, I mean, I guess they can technically like regrow if they decide to like drink blood or something like that, because they're still devils at the end of the day. So maybe that could be the case. Yeah, I mean, that's like the only thing I can think of potentially. That's what I thought we were gonna do. That's why death as a concept was going to be gone, because that way they can regenerate and maybe 2 different bodies, 2 different Asas. One's Yoru and then one's Asa. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be something like that, but I don't know. Yeah, that was a great call. Like, that you get the comment of the day, bro. That was really good. He also talking down to her as usual, like with everything on the ground. And then I shift the dynamics up, right? Exactly. It's like, now you're pathetic. Look at you on the ground, begging. But I don't know. Something's got to give. So at least they know, at least like Denji knows that there is some type of weakness there when it comes to Yoru. And so I guess I'm kind of curious like how that's going to work. Maybe because Asa is there and is paying attention, this could be Asa's moment, because Asa is a clumsy oaf. So this could be Asa's moment to really do damage to herself. Like, she's always wondering like how she can actually help in these situations. This would be the perfect opportunity to finally do it. It's just actually have herself fall off a cliff or something. I don't know. Like, there's things that can happen here, and apparently this damage won't heal. So that's a big weakness on the face of what this person is supposed to be. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel here. It looks like he's gonna try to saw them in half and is going to imbally. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say, because I will think that's what they would ultimately end up doing. But Denji has yet to even bring that up as a thing to do. So I don't know. If Yoru and Asa do become one being, how could the relationship with Asa and Denji go? I mean, look, if Yoru does want to play game and decides to actually kind of work together with Asa, it's not gonna be a problem, bro. The only thing is that there might be like a dynamic shift. All right, like, not trying to get weird with it, but like, you already know what freaking Yoru did to Denji. All right, look, man. It's like look, man. It's gonna be a problem. I don't know about that. Yeah, it works for Denji. They both love him. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day, right? He's like, hey, I got a girlfriend finally, right? I don't know how much you would actually care about that. You don't even really notice the difference between the two, it seems like sometimes. He's kind of oblivious to certain situations, okay? Or sometimes he just has that type of like mentality of just, I ain't gonna worry about it unless it becomes a problem, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he'll notice it, but he's like, it ain't hurt nobody, so I mean, it ain't hurt me. What we doing? What we doing? But this relationship's not gonna last anyways, man. Look, like I've said this many times already in every freaking Chainsaw Man stream as of late. Like, Asa ain't surviving this. I'm sorry. Asa gonna die in this whole thing. All right, there ain't no way she's surviving this whole situation. I'm just curious how the whole freaking prophecy is gonna play out here. But like I said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this fight. It's not bad. Nice little thing to be able to see the goddamn freaking bike come back once again, and now we know an actual weakness. There's not really too much to really talk about now at this point when it comes to this chapter, but that was a nice little cliffhanger. I'll give it that, because it brings up a lot of like questions on what is exactly going on with freaking Yoru here, because we don't really know what's inside of her mind and what is fueling her at this point, right? Like, it's kind of hard to tell what really was going on here, especially considering that there is some compassion that she does have. First relationship, not gonna lie, would have been 2 girlfriends and one at the same time. Hey, man. I mean, luckily this is not a rom-com, because look, man. I mean, there's also harem animes out there, so like, look, you can make that work, right? But if it's a comment, so I'll say it for Twitch, bro. Go Sass. Oh no, you are you drinking the copium right now? Are you drinking the copium right now, man? Oh man, look, I was already drinking the copium when it came to freaking Nayuta. I thought Nayuta was still gonna be alive. I was like, no, that mole's on the wrong spot. No way. And then there's a correction that happened in the freaking manga because they actually corrected that whole issue, and it just really seems like now that she really is dead. But like, I was on the train of like, no, Nayuta's still around somehow. That was a fake head. All right, Fumiko's ability can make that happen. All right. Like even with it, it's like you can still technically have that idea because Fumiko, but even then that idea is actually kind of terrible. Now I'm bringing that up. Actually, never mind. I don't want that. Never mind, because like that's the STD devil. Actually, never mind. I take that back. They corrected where the mole spot was, or yeah, because I don't think like the first iteration we saw didn't have the mole there. Is what it was, and she has a mole on her face. But they did correct it later on, actually. They went back and actually fixed it, I think, in the actual volumes, so that the mole is there. I'm hyping Twitch. Hey, look, I appreciate you, brother. It's going to force Yoru to make a contract establishing term limits or firm limits on Yoru. I said term limits, but firm limits. I mean, that's if that's really... Cause I really do believe there will be that there's going to be some form of contract being made between Yoru and Denji, actually. I feel like there's gotta be... That's the only way we're gonna stop this, outside of killing her, right? Like, I feel like there has to be a contract that's being, like, set up here, because they're at a stalemate a lot of the times with this. Like, as much damage is going back and forth with this battle's never gonna end, because no one can die, right? So this battle's not gonna just end. So therefore, something has to be done. Unless, like I said, there is that one loophole we're seeing right now with the damage actually being done by her by accident. So, we'll see. So I would ruin the whole story, is also would ruin the message. I would say yes and no. I wouldn't say it fully would ruin it. I can see it being a problem, but it depends on how they... It really depends on the execution at the end of the day, honestly. It really depends on the execution, how it's done for Asa's character here. Let me see. Look, fine, I'll do it myself. Really don't think Asa ends the story dead. Interesting. I expect everybody to start feeling that way. I've had this theory since like the beginning, so I don't know. We'll see. And I hope you guys are right. I don't even want to be wrong. Asa's one of my favorite characters in the series, so I would love for her to stay around. But I just have this weird feeling that she's not gonna make it. I don't know. But overall, I'll probably give this week's chapter like a good... I give it 7.5. Not a bad chapter this week. It's not a bad chapter this week. But I feel like there could have been a lot more done with this chapter, because it's like two major things that pretty much happened, which is like the end cliffhanger, and then the information of knowing that Yoru is weakened by accidents, basically. She will take damage by accident. So I give it 7.5. That's what it does. Let me see. One of your favorite characters, come on, we know she's your favorite. Look, man. Look. Okay, she is my favorite character. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of characters I really like that, okay? And every time I do like another character, they always die anyways. So what's the freaking point? That's the only reason why I feel this way, man. I do poor decisions, okay? I do poor decisions when it comes to what characters I like, okay? But let me get out of here. I feel like we're done here. I will catch you guys in 2 weeks' time over on this channel, so be sure to subscribe. We do this every time Chainsaw Man does come out. We also recog our Bachi over on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster, and the video should be coming out tomorrow for that reaction / review. So be on the lookout for that as well. But I also do stream on Twitch for those that aren't aware that I stream on Twitch, because I do. Twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. We go over there, we talk about many different things, from like seasonal animes to Chainsaw Man to Kagarabachi or to any other manga. Like, I'm a big anime fan, so if you didn't know that, go over there to Twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster and join in on the whole conversation there. We're gonna be chilling for the most part. I will be on there from like an hour or so from now, so just so you know, I will be streaming again. All right. I said that you will have kids, and I have Denji, and I was like, man, get out of here. Don't kill us all, man. He's talking about having kids too, bro. Oh, man, this man out here saying this is about to be freaking the end of Naruto. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got kids. Everybody got a family. Everybody doing it. But nah. I mean, there's a lot I need to start, man. There's a lot I need to start. I'm just trying to keep up with the animes I'm watching right now, man. I'm just like, there's so much stuff I gotta do. All right, I'll see what I can do. There is also new manga coming out again. I saw on the Shonen Jump app, so I'm kind of curious about that, and maybe like check on some of those other new mangas that came out. With the culture details, since they share the same brain after all, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. Through the chapter, 8 doves, Nuggets, dingy 8 out of 10, which is the score for Bucky. To scale 5. What is your scale system? What is this? But, maybe after the anime is over, possibly. He already married Denji and also having kids. Little Bucky running around. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Ichi the Witch. I mean, yeah, I know Ichi the Witch is still something I need to get into. Can't say well because you haven't. Yeah, that's all very. Look. I can do what I can. I can do whatever I want. I can just go in there blind. I should. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. All right. I mean, maybe I could just read JJK at this point, just catch up to it, and then see what happens. I don't know. All right. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. Be sure to like this stream. Helps with the algorithm, pushes out to more people, so they know to come in here live with me and have conversations, bro. Because it's fun. All right. It's fun. All right. It was for the end. Ah, man. Nah, look. Man. Ending spending, man. And subscribe to the channel. We do this again every week or anytime Chainsaw Man does come out. And yeah, leave your comments below if you have any other ideas, any theories you do come about. Put it in the comment section below. I love to read them. Love to see what's going on. And yeah, are you were gonna read the manga last arc in the anime? I mean, it depends on how fast the anime gets done. Because like that's the other thing. Like the anime be taking forever. So it's just like it's one of those situations where it's like, I mean, maybe I should just read it because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. That's the only problem I have with some of these shows because it takes so long for the anime to be done. God. All right, I'll catch y'all on Twitch. All right, don't forget Twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster in an hour. All right, if you got any water, take your vitamins. Till then, break out.